Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Welcome to the secrets of a ghostwriter. Today, I'm offering you a tutorial which is niche. There won't be many people who would press play on this one as their first choice of tutorials. But as you'll probably know by now, I draw on personal experiences to encourage you to enter the literary world. And everything that I've acquired stays in my brain and is often unique, and I want to share it with you. So today, a little tutorial, which is partly for ghostwriters, but also would come in that category of if you are writing a legacy book with or for a family member who may be in the prime of their life, let's say. So dementia is a massive issue all around the world. What happens when it comes to writing that memoir? How on earth do you deal with, in my case, a client who simply cannot remember? First 2 points I want to make. As a ghostwriter, it's not all about the words. It's a duty of care to the client. I have some clients who are no longer with us, but I still honor that duty of care that their story lives on. And of course, if their story is incorrect on the internet or public media, then I feel it's my duty to set the record straight on that. So duty of care to anybody that simply can't go that far back in time or in that amount of detail. Now, the second point is that I mostly work remotely. So from my laptop to yours, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. When I found that my client was struggling, I thought the most important thing was, at my own expense, to go and almost live with the client. Not quite live with the client, because we have to have boundaries. See my tutorial on boundaries with clients. So I pulled up at a campsite just a couple of miles away. I'm pretty close, but I've also got my own space. Remember, time with the client, like the manuscript, is as important as time away. So how do I unravel the story? There are two simple techniques to this. Firstly, you have to have buy-in from other members of the family. And you will get that, I'm pretty sure, because when they recognize that somebody who may be struggling with memory actually has a story and they want to get it down while they can, that encouragement has often come from the people around the client. So therefore, they've expressed their willingness. The tricky thing is that we lead complicated lives. People have moved around, people have got divorced, people have left jobs. So we have to sometimes go back to what may have been uncomfortable moments, and we have to ask people that we may have excommunicated or lost touch with, or may not have left on good terms, if they would, with the reassurance that this is not their book, but they're just helping you establish the sequence of events, the timeline, we have to ask their help too. And once you make it safe for them, the parameters are okay. It's not about them. We don't really need the nitty-gritty of the marriage. I just want to know what happened in what order. Then generally that can work. But here's the other point. This underlines why it's so important to be face-to-face. And normally I wouldn't recommend that, because in my experience, remote working creates a better focus. But face-to-face provides you that opportunity for somebody who's struggling to get out photos. That old saying, a picture paints 1,000 words, is a cliche, but most cliches have some truth in them. So when you're able to go through the old-fashioned photo albums, not so much on a phone, but at the same time you've got people in that circle that you've enlisted to help, sending you stuff on the phone. They buy into your story. They've invested. They've gone out and looked for old photos and sent them to you. But when you're showing the pictures, and pictures tell you a lot because they were often simpler, you can see less polluted skies, you can see different forms of transport, different fashion, different technology, people who are no longer there. Look at what you can get from a very simple picture. And whilst those words might not be coming to the front of the brain, those pictures can propel them there. So the two key elements, other than being face-to-face, are, in my opinion, if you find yourself in this situation, and we may all, you've got to rope in the inner circle around the client, and you've got to get the pictures out. And all of this goes back to the original point for all ghostwriting for me, which is where I start. And that is, you can't begin any of this until you've asked a client, with the help of the friends and family, to list the bullet points. So the bullet points are the top 15 things that happened in your life. But more important than ever, you need to check those bullet points with another source in the family, because the sequence of events might be clear to the person that is suffering with the dementia, but there's going to be gaps. So you have to go into it knowing that you might not ever have the whole story, but you've got to do everything you can to get the sequence of events in the right order. I hope that helps. And I'll see you next time when the secrets of a ghostwriter continues.